G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. I'm just going to run through some of the apps that I'm going to install on Deepin, which is the apps that I normally have on most of my given operating systems. As you've seen earlier, with no sound, I had to install OBS, so I used the default Deepin desktop recorder, which is Deepin Screen Recorder, and that doesn't come with sound, so I just thought I'd do it with the native app and then run with OBS from that. So what I've done here, I've listed as the things that I like to have to start off with in an operating system. So we'll go to the store, see what we can find, and go from there. So on the top of the list is Audacity. That's doing a search. However, we can go probably, let's go to music, sound, video, music, probably see if it's comes up under music. We'll get rid of that. So it's just taking a little while to load. And there we have Audacity on top of the list. So we click install. It's installing, and then we'll look for one called Caffeine. We'll see if that's in here. Press enter. Okay. Don't believe I had to press enter before, but it's a bit strange. So it hasn't found Caffeine. Okay. Actually, there's probably one I've missed there, and add to the list. Synaptic. Always needs Synaptic, especially in an operating system like this. So let's go back to music, see if that's installed yet. Oh, that must be the install progress. Yep, okay. Alright, so let's install progress. So let's look for Synaptic. Hopefully it's here. It's a bit slow, isn't it? Well, it's found a Synaptic Package Manager. Gee, this thing's slow. There we go. We shall install that. So I'm currently doing Audacity. Caffeine's not there. Synaptic I'm going to install. Thunderbird I think is installed by default. Yes it is, so that's okay. I'm happy to use Thunderbird. Mailspring I could use. Steam I think is installed by default. Steam, yes it is, so that's a good one as well. So we've got two installing at the moment. Audacity normally doesn't take long to install, so this is very much indicative of the way that the updates work. very slow. So this is probably one of the biggest downfalls that you would find in Deepin OS. Nobody wants a slow install. Audacity shouldn't take long at all. Normally doesn't take me very long to install Audacity. Okay, Audacity is installed. Synaptic is installed. We'll wait for Audacity to come down and then look at some of the others. OBS I've installed already as we work down the list. Now LibreOffice, I'd prefer to have LibreOffice. It comes default with WPS, as you can see. And if you had watched my Deepin install on real hardware, I would have spoken about how WPS is compatible with Microsoft. LibreOffice is compatible with Microsoft, but these two are not compatible with each other. So, and this one here is a closed source. This WPS is a closed source, so I'd prefer to use LibreOffice. I may just leave WPS on there, but use LibreOffice anyway. It's probably the best choice. So while that's doing that, normally I would do Firefox and Google Chrome, but it comes with Google Chrome, so that's fine. Don't have to worry too much about that. We'll do Etcher. Look for Etcher. Etcher. Now that didn't pick up that I was on Linux, which is very unusual. Download for Windows. Download for Linux, there we go. No, it's downloaded the exe. So that took a while to pick up that it was Linux as well, didn't it? Let's do that. Okay, that's that. What else did I have? Etcher and Telegram and Zoom. Zoom. And Telegram. Zoom is a bit of a sneaky one. You're going to go right down to the bottom on this one. Download. Telegram for PC, Mac and Linux. Okay, what are we based off of? I believe it's based off Debian. Debian. I'm pretty sure it's based off Debian. Distro watch. Deepin. Debian unstable. There we go. Okay, so let's look for GIMP, which is graphics. GIMP, there we go, so we can install that. Getting there. Don't know if I've got weather on here. Let's have a look for weather. I like to have weather on my... Nothing there. Okay. Etcher failed. So I don't know what's happened there. Let's try it again. Must be a problem with the etcher side at the moment, I think. So maybe I'll put in a USB stick and see if I've got it on there. Might be the best bet. Let's try that. I normally keep this stuff on this USB stick, and we'll see how USB goes on here as well. Let's have a look. Telegram, Etcher. Okay, so there's Etcher there, and Zoom. So I've got all three there. This Etcher, that's what I'd normally do. You get the gist. Zoom and Telegram are coming down. I think I'll cancel them as well. Okay, one. Press Control, Telegram, Zoom. Copy those to downloads. Delete that. Alright. I'm not sure if this .deb will work for... we need GDebi, don't we? It's probably not installed. GDebi, let's have a look. Everything is slow. Install that. GDebi is normally a quick install. Geez, GIMP's taken forever. Gee. I shall stop the GIMP install for now. Speed up the GDebi installer. Well, based on the results of these installs, as nice as Deepin looks, functionality wise, starting to question big time. Now I know I'm in Australia and I'm always complaining how slow our internet is, but I have to say it's never this slow. Never ever this slow. This is just GDebi. I'm sure this is not a very big file. Not an overly excessive huge program. This is terrible. Well, I can honestly say this is not the best at all. There's no one home. I've got no kids using the internet. There's nothing restricting my internet whatsoever. This is the fastest it could be. And this is just very, very slow. Okay. So GDebi is installed. Okay, so that's a Zoom installed. Let's see if it works. Okay, so it's working. I won't sign in yet. Now what we're going to do now is use Synaptic and see the little blue dot there. That little blue dot represents that it's just been installed, hasn't been opened yet. and look for GIMP. Okay, let's see how long it takes in Synaptic to do the same thing. So as you can see, the download rate is, we've got a huge download rate there right now. Now it's gone slow again. Depends where it's pulling the dependency from. From Deepin Panda main. I mean, I normally get 600 on average, 600 kilobytes per second. This is not even getting 100. So these mirrors, wherever they're coming from, these Deepin Panda main mirrors, they're very, very slow, and I've already got it set to the closest mirror. Update, not update, update settings. So switch mirror and you test the speed. This one came up as the fastest. So I've been on that one since. I still think the process here is quicker in Synaptic than what it is in the Deepin store. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to bother installing LibreOffice because somehow I think I'm not going to be on this operating system for too long. So that's GIMP installed. We've done Zoom. Let's have a look in the Deepin store, see if they've got KDN Live video. KDN Live they have. Okay, so they've got that. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that, should I? Let's see if they got weather. Android weather, web, Sky Inc. GNOME weather. No. Okay. We can try Synaptic. You'll be surprised how much more you can find in Synaptic as opposed to the Deepin store. GNOME weather, there you go. So I've found Synaptic to be a lot quicker, and also you will find in Synaptic that there's a lot more, if you know the name of the app that you're searching for, you will find that more than likely it's in this, you'll find it in Synaptic but not in the Deepin store. There's some things that aren't in the Deepin store. Deepin store looks good, but I question the amount that's in there. So I was going to use Deepin for BigDaddyLinux Live tomorrow. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that now. Could be nothing but problems. 19 kilobytes per second. It's not exactly breaking any land speed records, is it? Okay, so that's the weather app installed. Not that that's important anyway, but let's just see if it works. Okay, so the weather app is working. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to install telegrams, if I can get that working. So we're going to go to Synaptic. See if this thing handles the same way. We want to use menu Libre. We'll see if that's in the repos. Yep, that's good. Okay, so that's menu Libre installed. So show hidden files is a bit of a task. Okay, that's the telegram extracted. Let's go to menu Libre, menu editor it's called, to internet. Okay, so that should be Telegram installed. So let's see how we go. Telegram. And that's up and running, so that's pretty harmless. So next is we're going to take a look at the boot maker for Deepin. Just says select the file and drag it here, so let's try that. Elementary, drag it there. Next. Formatting this can increase the making success rate. Start making the disk. Just thought I'd show you how that works. I've already done it before and I can tell you that it wrote to the disk no problem, and it booted up on my laptop, so it's actually working, so there's no problem there, and it's got a nice little animation there filling up with water. I don't know why that pops up, it's a bit weird. And there's your animation there, so yes, it does work. So not a bad little boot maker there. Okay, so that's now done, successfully written to USB, and yes, it does work, like I said. So one other issue today was I was using Zoom on BigDaddyLinux Live, and Zoom appears to work okay until I had it up And the problem with Zoom is, unless you're in an actual meeting, it's very hard to find out whether it's working or not. Now, when I joined the meeting, the screen would not come up, it kept minimizing, so I don't know what the issue is there. I haven't had that issue with any other app, but Zoom is one that I've had an issue with, so I'm not sure what was really going on there. Every time I maximized it, it kept minimizing, so there's definitely some sort of issue there. Not sure why. Okay, so I'm going to install Kdenlive. Let's install that. Don't know how long this is going to take. I'll look at the progress. And already it looks like it's going to take quite a while. It's going from 79 kilobytes to 0 kilobytes. 35 kilobytes. So what I might do, let's give it a good minute. But you can already see this is going to take quite a while. So I think we'll close this down. Let's cancel that. And let's do it through Synaptic. Kdenlive. We shall see what the difference between the store and Synaptic package manager is. So already you can see it's 197 kilobytes per second. Huge difference already. So my advice is, if you're going to use Deepin, Synaptic package manager is going to be your best friend. I wouldn't really bother with the Deepin store. As nice as it looks, they need to sort that out. Until then, it's not worth using. Now we have slowed down to 29 kilobytes per second, so started off strong. So I was going to install the rest of my apps, and all I've got to go is Kdenlive and Libreoffice. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this. I think I've seen enough. An operating system shouldn't take this long to install things. I'm going to cancel that. Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this operating system, Deepin 15.5. A really nice desktop environment. There's no screen tearing. I'm not sure about drivers. I haven't looked at drivers yet. Maybe they not yet. There's a driver manager, so let's have a quick look at that. I haven't done that yet. See what's available. Seems to be that once you get things in there, they don't work too bad. I had an issue with Zoom. I couldn't get that going yesterday on BigDaddyLinux Live, so I had to swap distros. It's failed to download the repository information. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. So let's just do a quick sudo apt update. See what's going on with those mirrors there. Or one of the repositories might be playing up or something. What's the issue? The public key is not available. Okay. All right. Okay, well, it seems to be a bit of a battle with this operating system downloading and installing apps. Driver manager there, it's a bit of an issue. Surely it could be fixed. But I don't feel as though it's worth my time to continue any further. So we have the full screen there and also categorized menus. So I've been a week on here and it's been terribly frustrating, I must say. So it's just a shame because it is a nice looking distro. So things I've installed is Zoom, Telegram, Thunderbird's by default, Chrome's by default, Audacity I installed. You've got your Deepin stuff, OBS I installed at the start, GIMP I installed, Steam come by default. Caffeine I just installed, Weather I installed, Synaptic I installed, Menu Libre I installed. Yep. It just feels as though it doesn't feel as Linux as your standard others like Mint or Ubuntu based distros, Arch based distros, even Debian based distros, and this is based off Debian, but it just doesn't feel the same. So just touching on the dark theme, I've changed this a couple of times and noticed that this corner's a bit painful too, it sometimes doesn't pop out. So you've got dark and light theme, I've changed it a couple of times, nothing seemed to happen. Now I've got Synaptic and the Notepad gedit open, and those two change with the dark and light theme. So I'm not sure what else is changing with that. They must be just GTK and this must be something else. I'm not quite sure. So I hope this helps somebody out, especially decision-wise. And thanks for watching.